And it's not often that we we talk about psoriasis, even though it's a very common skin disease. So just as well as Joel said, this is a month of Psoriasis Awareness Month, and the topic is on psoriasis. Let me share my slide. Okay, so psoriasis triggers Unveiled, how glutathione can neutralize oxidative stress. Let's first get to know more about what psoriasis is. Psoriasis is a chronic autoimmune disorder characterized by the buildup of skin cells, and although it has no cure per se, it flares up and severity can be managed through lifestyle changes and medicines. And that is the official view, but as we can see, we can also help through nutrition. It is a skin condition that speeds up the life cycle of skin cells, causing them to build up on the surface of the skin quickly. It can come and go. Usually it improves during the summer in temperate countries because of the ultraviolet exposure. Here we have it all the time, so they don't see much difference between throughout the year. Almost everyone with psoriasis sees a different combination of types, symptoms, activity, and severity. So what are we talking about? The types of psoriasis. The most common type is plaque psoriasis, which causes dry, red skin lesions or patches with silvery scales. So that's the classic giveaway of psoriasis compared to many other skin conditions. These patches are called plaques. There may be one or more plaques which can be itchy and painful, but the degree of discomfort is different for everyone. The other types of psoriasis include guttate psoriasis, which typically shows up on children and young adults and is triggered by bacterial infections. Then you have inverse psoriasis, which occurs at the creases and folds of the body, such as the armpits, under the breast, and in the groin. The pustular psoriasis, although uncommon, develops quickly and appears as pus-filled blisters. It may also manifest with diarrhea, fever, and chills. I remember knowing a gentleman many years back whose wife suffered from severe pustular psoriasis. I mean, her whole body was oozing with pus from a widespread psoriasis, and he had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to find a cure for the wife. Fortunately, when I met him, the wife was already cured. Erythrodermic psoriasis, which is quite rare, is so severe that it can cover the entire body and be intensely painful or itchy. And then some are unlucky. The psoriasis go to the joints. So they have psoriatic arthritis, where they have swollen and painful joints, usually in the fingers and or toes. Joint pain may develop before the skin lesions are visible. Right, this is a typical psoriatic plaque. You can see the plaques is a raised patch of skin because the skin is thickened, not the silvery patches, yeah, because the skin is growing so fast, I am almost like about to peel all the time. So what are the symptoms of psoriasis? There's itching, burning, or soreness ranging from mild to severe. The red patches of skin covered with thick silvery scales, dry, cracked skin that might bleed, especially if the sufferer scratches all the time. Then you have small scaling spots, frequently teardrop shaped and most often seen in children. Then you may have thickened, pitted, or ridged nails, which could indicate skin built up underneath. This is quite common. I've seen quite a number of psoriatic patients with very thick skin, very thick nails. And then you have swollen and stiff joints in those with psoriatic arthritis. The areas of the body that psoriasis most commonly affects include the scalp, the knees, and the elbows. People with psoriasis typically experience periodic flares throughout their lifetime. However, each of these flares will subside and symptoms can remain minimal for extended periods between them. What causes psoriasis? Psoriasis is thought to be the result of an overactive and confused immune system. The T cells that defend us against viruses and bacteria end up attacking healthy skin cells. These same T cells also are the cause of increased skin cell production, the redness, and the pustular lesions in psoriasis sufferers. What makes one's T cells go haywire? That's the subject of autoimmunity. It's not fully understood, but we know there are hundreds of other autoimmune diseases, with each involving the immune system attacking a different type of tissue or organ. Although research scientists believe genetics and environmental factors are the main causes, there are other factors that can trigger or worsen psoriasis, including bacterial infections such as strep throat, streptococcal throat, stress is a trigger, smoking or heavy alcohol consumption, skin abrasions, bug bites or severe sunburns, vitamin D deficiency, some medications, for example, high blood pressure drugs, antimalarial drugs, and lithium, gluten exposure, and two big underlying causes, and that is oxidative stress and toxins. And if you get psoriasis, what are the complications you may have to face? So apart from the complications of severe skin lesions, untreated psoriasis can be associated with cardiovascular disease, eye conditions such as conjunctivitis, high blood pressure, kidney disease, mental health issues, metabolic syndrome where you have high sugar, obesity, high blood pressure. And then you have other autoimmune diseases such as celiac disease, Crohn's disease, and sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, type 2 diabetes. So you can see a whole range of other diseases tend to be more common in people who suffer from psoriasis. And some research indicates that psoriasis may increase a person's risk of developing certain cancers, example, lymphoma and lung cancer, even though fortunately the risk, the increase in risk is not high. Okay, the skin lesion in SLE or lupus may confuse us. And these two diseases, psoriasis and SLE or lupus, are both types of autoimmune disease, which means that the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy cells. However, while lupus may cause the immune system to attack multiple parts of the body, including the skin, joints, and organs, psoriasis is typically limited to the skin, fingernails, and toenails, and some will have joint involvement. And rarely a person can have both lupus and psoriasis. Okay, so between the two, SLE or lupus is more dangerous because it can affect the internal organs, whereas psoriasis only affect the skin and fingernails, and some will have the joints affected. So what's the medical treatment for psoriasis? It includes counseling for the patient to help to avoid and manage stress. And then the doctors will give topical corticosteroids to start with. And if that is not enough, then they might give oral corticosteroids. That's to suppress the autoimmunity. And then you have salicylic acid, right, to address the overactive skin production. And then topical vitamin D. So remember, vitamin D 30 to 40 years ago was only known for its importance in bone health through its influence on the absorption of calcium from the intestines. Then now we know vitamin D has many, many other important functions, including it is also a hormone. And here we see that it is important also for skin health. And then the doctors may give retinoids. So these are related to the vitamin A. And then there's a biologics, which are a group of drugs that have a role in certain autoimmune diseases, like psoriasis. And one of the mainstays of psoriasis treatment is UVB light therapy, ultraviolet B light therapy. Of course, keeping the skin clean and moisturizing it all the time is the standard care for psoriasis, and taking care to prevent cuts and sunburn. And if a person has psoriatic arthritis, then the doctors may prescribe anti-inflammatory and anti-rheumatic medicines to help manage their condition. So this is the mainstay of current medical treatment. But, right? These do not address the main problem, which is autoimmunity. Giving steroids will suppress the entire immune system, so the misbehaving immune cells are suppressed, but the normal healthy immune cells are also suppressed. So it does not sound like a right thing to do, but that is the current medical treatment. All right, so which comes to our point, can glutathione help? First point, psoriasis is an autoimmune disease, whereas glutathione is a major immune system modulator. What do you mean by modulator? Modulator, it modulates means it calms an overactive immune system, and it will boost an underactive immune system, and it will normalize the immune system that is misbehaving, which is what is badly needed by the psoriatic patient. Okay, so because of that, glutathione is able to normalize the immune system in many patients suffering from many types of autoimmune diseases. And glutathione can help reverse autoimmunity in these diseases, including psoriasis. Number two, we know oxidative stress caused by excess free radicals is one major trigger of psoriasis. As the master antioxidant, glutathione has the ability to combat oxidative stress and help reduce the triggers and improve the disease. Oxidative stress that occurs in skin cells can lead to diseases including not only psoriasis, but also eczema and some skin cancers. So do not underestimate the importance of glutathione for your skin. Thirdly, toxins can also worsen psoriasis. Glutathione is the body's main detoxifying molecule and is useful in detoxifying many types of toxins. Therefore, it has an important role in the control and treatment of psoriasis. In fact, a small study in 2013 showed that boosting glutathione indeed improved psoriasis symptoms. But because it is not a drug that the doctors use in their regimen to fight psoriasis, in spite of what seems like the obvious first choice to treat psoriasis, very little clinical studies have been done, and very few doctors are using or rather boosting glutathione as part of their strategy to fight psoriasis. It's a pity. What are the other benefits of glutathione for the skin? We know that glutathione helps slow down skin aging and makes skin younger, healthier, and fairer. If you have sufficient glutathione, then you have less wrinkles and age spots. Glutathione improves wound healing. Glutathione may help reverse vitiligo. Glutathione protects against free radical damage, which is the main cause of skin aging, disease, and cancer. Right? And glutathione is also used for skin whitening because it blocks the formation of melanin, that is the dark skin pigment, and you end up with fairer and healthier skin. So there are many, many other benefits of glutathione for the skin, other than protecting against psoriasis and helping to manage psoriasis. Okay, so let's revise what is glutathione. It is the superhero of antioxidants, superhero of anti-inflammatory agents, superhero of detox agents, superhero of immune boosters and modulators, superhero of signaling molecules. It is a superhero molecule. And it is made of just 3 amino acids, glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. Right? It's a marvel. 3 amino acids coming together, giving a molecule which is so versatile, so important, essential for life, crucial for life, such that if we don't have enough, you will die. It is the cell's most important antioxidant, which was the function that was known first, 4 or 5 decades ago. Protecting the body from free radical damage and oxidative stress. It has several other major functions, plus hundreds of minor functions, from DNA synthesis to nitric oxide production to regulating the release of oxygen from our red blood cells. Because of these many functions, glutathione is essential for life. Low levels are associated with many chronic diseases, and high levels are predictive of longer lifespans. This is the glutathione molecule. The chemical short form of G is GSH, and G refers to the bulk of the molecule, and SH refers to that portion with the single sulfur atom and the hydrogen attached to it. So it's called the sulfurhydryl or thiol group, whereas the rest is G. So you know that there must be special with the SH component. That's what gives glutathione its versatility, but also makes it fragile and easily destroyed. Okay, recap. Major functions of glutathione include being the most important antioxidant, right? It's always said that the most important intracellular antioxidant, very powerful anti-inflammatory agent, very powerful immune booster and modulator, very powerful detoxifier. I've already added that is a very important signaling molecule, and many more. Okay, let's focus on its role as an antioxidant, fighting free radicals and therefore reducing oxidative stress, which is a major trigger for psoriasis. So free radicals are molecules that lack an electron, and antioxidants are molecules that are readily donating their electrons to neutralize the free radicals. But remember, now the antioxidant becomes deficient in the electron, and itself becomes an oxidized molecule or a free radical itself. So it needs to be recycled, recharged. So this is where in the cell, these 5 network antioxidants work in a team with the next one coming in and rescuing, and then the next one coming, and on top of this cascade of antioxidants is glutathione, because the body has an enzyme system that helps recycle glutathione, whereas all the others need to be recycled by the stronger antioxidant among them. because no antioxidant, no one antioxidant can work alone and keep us alive and healthy. We need to take a range of antioxidants to neutralize the many free radicals that we face. If we do not, they will continue to multiply into greater numbers, resulting in chronic diseases, cancers, and death. Okay, these are some of the common sources of free radicals in our daily life. Note that our even normal metabolism produces free radicals. And if you indulge in sports and exercise, so your metabolic rate goes up, you'll be producing lots more of free radicals. You will need lots more of antioxidants, and especially you'll need lots more of glutathione. Remember, they all work as a team, and the team has a leader, while each works at the specific parts of the cell, right? Inside the cell, the most important of this team is glutathione, because it is essential so that all the others can be recycled. Okay, the good news and the bad news. Good news is glutathione, this very important molecule, is manufactured by our cells, especially in the liver, the kidney. But as part of our programmed aging, after age 20, the production goes down at the rate of 10 to 15% every decade, causing us to be deficient in glutathione, as we go past 40, 50. Definitely by the time you're 60 years old, you're 40 to 60% down from the healthy levels at age 20, which means you will be facing the problems of oxidative stress, excess toxins, weakened immune system, increased inflammation, reduced signaling molecules, and many other health problems. How to increase glutathione? As mentioned, glutathione is fragile, so taken orally, it does not increase your level. So food which contains glutathione is not helpful. But fortunately, scientists have discovered that we can increase the manufacture of glutathione in our cells by providing the raw materials or the precursors, which are glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. Fortunately, glutamic acid and glycine are plentiful in our diet, and those two amino acids are not fragile, so supply is not an issue unless you are malnourished. So the scientists discovered that all you have to do is provide a stable form of cysteine. Right? Why a stable form? Because cysteine is the amino acid that's in the center of the molecule I showed earlier on. That it is the amino acid that contains the thiol group, the sulfur and the hydrogen N. And because of that, cysteine is fragile. It is cysteine that makes glutathione fragile. Right? So if you cook proteins, then the cysteine will be denatured. So to boost glutathione production, we need to supply a stable form of cysteine. And the best source available on the market now is the stable form of cysteine called ribosine. Okay, the second best is N-acetylcysteine, and there are other forms also. So what is ribosine? Ribosine is a patented molecule, a result of the research of Max International. The proper name is D-ribose L-cysteine. It is made of the sugar, simple sugar ribose, and the natural amino acid L-cysteine, shortened to ribocysteine and trademarked as ribosine. So the stable cysteine is then easily absorbed and utilized by the body to make glutathione, and the ribose, the simple sugar, is then utilized to make ATP, the energy carrying molecule, and the manufacture of glutathione needs ATP. So when we take ribosine, you get the cysteine to make glutathione, and you get the ribose to make ATP to supply the energy to power the manufacture. So this explains why This probably explains why ribosine is 300% more efficient than NAC in boosting glutathione. Okay, we have two products that have ribosine. One is Max1, which is 100% ribosine. And we have, sorry. Sorry, wrong slide. I wanted to show Cellgevity, which is ribosine plus 12 other ingredients. Okay, thank you very much.